get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, cause this is where it's at. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, cause this is where it's at. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, cause this is where it's at. You can get with this.
Go, player.
Oh, okay. Man, you know what? Here we go. Boom. Welcome, everyone, to This Is It. I'm Kobe Roy, and we are all here. And I'm so excited to talk about She-Hulk episode 5, Mean, Green, Straight Ported to My Jeans. We're going to go around the horn. What's up, Ollie?
What's good, man?
Ollie's busy.
What's good? I know, just so y'all know,
you telling me
the pre-production meeting was literally the last words I said, yo, just come to me last. I know about it. Did anybody else hear that?
I didn't hear it. But...
See?
Oh, Phenom, did you hear it? Maybe I just didn't say it. My bad.
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, I know I said it.
Everything's good. I'm holding my man down, yo. He said that shit. Yo.
Yeah, there we go, yo. It don't matter, yo. If it's a lie, we ride on that lie, yo. Shout out to the wire. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
All right. Phenom?
Phenom 202 DDA representative, yo. I'm pretty docile today. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna shit on this episode as much as I normally shit on this episode or these episodes. So let's get it, yo.
All right, and back as always, we've got Cola. What's going on, Cola?
Hey, bringing that big auntie energy, resident Bay.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Representative Avengers.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
how you feeling today, Corey? Yo,
I'm feeling good, man. You know, me personally, I've been enjoying this series, so it's going to be really interesting as we go around the horn who liked it, who didn't like it, and what everybody's thoughts are. But before we get into the episode, as I always say, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. So as we continue to do more of these reviews and recaps, you guys can know exactly when we are doing this and catch us on the next review. So join us on this ride right now as we're about to get into it. So let's go ahead and get into it. This episode kicks off right away with Jennifer Walters hearing a TV commercial about She-Hulk new line of beauty products that's basically called SheHulk by Titania, basically showing the strength and all this other kind of stuff. She's even selling a product called SheHulk Booty Boost or something like that. But either way,
I always got to have that. You gotta have your flat tummy tees, your flat tummy tees and all that. She gotta have the whole line.
Yes, basically. And so she's getting a little irritated with that. And even as she's going to work, she notices a billboard that has it right front and center, She-Hulk by Titania on her way to work. And that's when she's really getting infuriated with it. And then, of course, by the time she gets to the office, that's when her friend Nikki shows up and they have a little dialogue back and forth. And they decide to go to the promo signing to confront Titania about taking her name. I'm going to kind of stop right there before we get into the next parts of this episode. But generally, what are you guys' overall thoughts of the episode and this beginning of the series? I'm not going to you, Ollie, because I'm going to go to Phenom.
Actually, this episode was pretty decent, yo. The beginning, like, it's funny that Titania, not Tatiana, bust down.
I keep saying Tatiana. It's Titania.
Titania.
Thank you.
But it was funny. In my head, I'm like, how are you gonna be a lawyer and not learn how to trademark shit? That was my first thought. And that's just me being a rational, living in this world human being. But I thought it was funny. I thought with this episode, the one drawback I did have was Titania not fighting, yo. They're not fighting yet. I mean, they fought for 5 seconds, and now this litigious encounters now. You know what I'm saying? So, but I ain't mad at it so far, so it was good.
Okay. What about you, Cola?
It was okay.
That's all we don't get.
It was okay.
She says it's okay, but the head roll said that shit is trash.
I'll talk about that later. But but no, I mean, I like the interaction between her and Titania.
Yeah, Titania.
You know,
Yeah.
like I like the little interaction there. But like, you know, I was thinking the same thing as far as her being a lawyer or whatever, but she really didn't have time to even think about it because she didn't choose that name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can understand how she didn't like think, okay, I have to trademark this or whatever, because, you know, like why would she? Like she got thrown into a new job. She's trying to balance, you know, her life and, you know, in her life as Jennifer Walters or whatever, and then also the SheHulk persona or whatever. She's trying to figure that whole thing out and where the balance is. You know, like she didn't really have time for it. It's not that she didn't know how to do it. You know, she didn't think that she really had to. You know, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
But
I
one
agree.
thing,
Yeah, I mean, her cousin gave her the legal advice, yo. When
He
it comes
did,
to
yeah.
trademarks, whoever gets it first.
Dude, that
Yeah, but I mean
Yeah,
that's after
kinda-
the fact, so it's not
I mean,
advice
no,
if it's
yeah, I
after
mean-
the fact. You know what I'm saying?
No,
one thing I don't like how she gotta try to figure out balance, yo. Like I know between the four of us, if we were bestowed superhuman powers, I ain't worried about no balance, yo. Like I'm flexing on everybody with my superhuman powers, yo. I ain't worried about being no lawyer. I ain't worried about no balance. Look, I'm gonna be walking around as Hulk all the time, yo. That's just me.
Well, I mean, I have to
Yeah.
disagree with you on that because in this
Yeah.
particular scenario, she didn't ask to be the She-Hulk. She doesn't want to be the
That's why I
She-Hulk.
said bestowed.
Her life was what she went to school for. She's a lawyer. That's what she wants to do. And if you
could
look
be
at
a
the
lawyer
series,
as She-Hulk.
but if you look at the series, the series is called She-Hulk Attorney at Law because that's what she wants to be. It just so happens that she's a She-Hulk. So she doesn't really want to be it. But in the comics, she does eventually embrace being the She-Hulk. And that's what I think the transition we're going to see in this episode is more and more as time goes on. She's going to start being more, she's going to see how the two are intertwined. It's almost like She-Hulk is bringing something out of her that was there, that she has a reason to be this person. You know, because we'll get to it in a later episode. But when the guy's on the stand, he says Jennifer Walters.
that was about to.
but
Well, that's what
She-Hulk.
I was gonna get into as far as like that goes. I mean, it's gotta be rough. Just getting the powers or what have you, and then people are gonna befriend you just because you're She-Hulk. Like it's almost like hitting the lottery or some shit. You don't know who your friends are anymore. Like dude didn't even want to mess with her no more.
That liked her just because she was She-Hulk, but not as herself.
So
you know?
yeah,
Right.
so.
I might be shallow there. 'Cause I wouldn't care, yo. I'll be.
You
like
say that, but then after a while you'll be like, these motherfuckers don't love me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't love them.
I
I'm
did
a
like
superhero.
how she did come into the promo setting, and finally we're getting Titania in here. Like, I'm sorry, Titania. We're getting Titania. I mean, I must have Fresh Prince on my mind. I keep wanting to say Tatiana Ali, so maybe that's what it is. But we finally get Titania here, and I did not know Jameela Jamil was that tall. I mean, she's tall.
She's tall.
Like 6 feet or 6'2".
Yeah.
Wow, she's tall. So I didn't know she was that tall, but it's finally good to see her in this. We really don't see a whole lot, no powers, but just her coming in about this whole trademark name thing. Go ahead, Ali.
Yeah, and I like with the trademark, how we was talking about that earlier. You guys were talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
I like how it almost seems ever since the snap, the whole Marvel universe is more like aware of the real world, so to speak. I mean, it's not all the way like there. It's like a PG The Boys type of shit. Just like now they started like market shit. They're selling shoes. You know, people are selling. Before the snap, all the movies before the snap, it was never anything about that. Like,
No
you know what I mean?
merchandising.
It was just I'm the hero, there's the villain, let's fight. But since that, it's like other shit going on, like real world shit. Like you know what I mean? It's almost I mean, it's business. Basically like they're like, oh, we're superheroes, it's time for me to get compensated some way, somehow.
That's a good point. Yeah. Real good point.
Yeah, and this is going to flow actually to the next scene because it's such a good point that my man Pug shows up and asks Nikki for a favor because he wants to stand in line for a new sneaker drop, the Iron Man 3s.
Yeah,
so
that's crazy. The Iron Man 3s.
Yeah. That's how much you're right. How big this whole marketing thing has got because now the superheroes they coming out with sneakers now, car now. So now he wants to get the fresh new Iron Man 3s in line. And to go along with that, she wants to know how's he going to get them. So then he lets people know, well, I got to connect with a guy that's the drip dealer. So then she's like, oh, the drip dealer. So she's like, she agrees to stand in line if he can connect her to the drip dealer, because she looks at her friend Jen. It's like, yo, I really need to get my girl some superhero clothes that fit her, because she's struggling.
Honestly, yo, that damn suit is so trash,
so
yo.
tired.
It's so
tired.
horrible, yo. Like, I mean, that's all I got to say. Like, ain't no, that shit's just trash. Like,
Somebody
come
said
on,
when
like,
she was looked like she dressed up like a NFL player that got to go to court or something like that.
yeah, big ass. Like, it's like, come on, man. Y'all, you could do something better than this. It's horrible.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Then after that, once they find out who the drip dealer is, she agrees to it. So Pug and Nikki then decide to go to the shop to find out who the drip dealer is. And of course, they meet a store employee who will say he's going to give them the drip dealer, but first they got to buy some merchandise. And what other merchandise does he sell them other than some bootleg Avengers merchandise called Avongers and Avengers?
Avengers, yeah.
Avengers.
Don't forget that.
So what did y'all think about this whole thing with Pug and Nikki, trying to get this new merchandise and trying to get to the guy that's going to get them the new clothes for SheHulk? Ollie, you first, my brother.
No, it's cool. I ain't gonna lie, yo. I mean, who's on how to bootleg shit? The Asians. Ain't nobody else wants to say it. I'll say it, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as they went up there, he opened up the joint. I was like, this is bootleg. Yo, it's straight from Korea / China / wherever else they are in the back with those sweat socks making that shit. He broke out the Martin. What's it? The
Woody Huttons.
Woody Huttons. He got the Woody Huttons. He had the Woody Huttons. Yo, so nah.
The Whitney Houston shirt.
Yeah. But I thought all of this was cool, man. I enjoyed this episode. I think the show's getting better. It's getting funnier. Honestly, the less that, I hate to say it, the less the SheHulks on the screen. It's like all the surrounding characters, all the supporting actors who I like. Because I like Pug, like the way he was talking. He's like, yo, man, the drip. Like, I can even do like whatever, but you know what I'm saying, just the way he talks is fun. Yeah. And then and her assistant, I like her assistant Nikki. Too. Yeah, honestly, yo, like SheHulk is probably my least favorite character on the show. Not that I hate her, it's just like I mean, she just isn't it compared to everybody else.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this, Cole?
I didn't think much of it. I mean, it was just a scene, like it was kind of basic to me, but like.
What do you think about the interaction between Pug and Nikki? You liking that interaction?
Funny. Like I actually agree with Ollie over here. Like I kind of feel like everybody else, was kind of carrying the show, saying like you're looking for the background and not so much of the main character. And and that's another reason why I don't really care so much for this show so far.
I mean, me personally, I hate to say it, I do disagree with you. I think the show has really found its sweet spot. It is, when I come into this show, I look at it as an episodic sitcom, 30 minutes of a nugget of whatever's happening in the box, boom, boom, we're out. And it's delivering for me. It's found that sweet spot. I'm not looking for this to be over dramatic of any sort. To me, I just look at it as a nice, 25 to 30 minute show where it's in and out, and I'm really enjoying it. But that's my take on it. What about you, Phenom? This interaction between Pug and Nikki, really seeing them get on the screen, them interacting, trying to find the guy. What are your thoughts about all that?
I thought it was funny. As a resident sneakerhead, I liked how they put that culture into it. I mean, they're really playing into different, like they bringing in like culture stuff into it, which I really like with social media, like represent sneaker culture. Dating. Yep. Dating.
Them tender apps.
Yeah, I like how they do it. And with the funny when they got to the boba tea place and she was speaking Chinese, he's like, I'm not Chinese.
I know,
So I thought that was funny. But even like you know, Nikki saying I'm not the feds. And he just pop up from the other side like, all right,
Oh yeah,
this way. I thought that was funny, yo. Like,
it
I'm not
was.
gonna lie.
Somehow he had like a secret back door where he was one from one spot to the other in like 2 seconds. So that was kind of.
Did y'all think the drip dealer set him up though? Do you think he sent him to the wrong place at first?
No, I don't think the drip dealer
I
knew
think
who
that was the place.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought like the dude was like, "No, this is a T place. What are you talking about?" And he had that shit down pat. Like he was like, they really thought they was in the wrong place, and then she was like, "Yo, we're not the feds, yo." Then he like, "All right, I got you."
Oh yeah, no. At first, I did too. I thought that they were in the wrong place too. Like, oh man, they set them up. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, I did think that too. But that's the whole purpose of the storefront is to really let people think they're really going somewhere that they're not.
If I was running a legal business, I would like him in my storefront, yo.
Yeah, but I mean, just because somebody said I'm not the feds doesn't mean they're not the feds, though. Like that's the whole thing. Like you could have just blew up your whole operation.
But cops can't say they're not the feds, yo. That's entrapment.
Yeah, that's the biggest lie. I know that's what everybody used to say. Everybody used to say that, yo. You ask them they're a cop, they gotta tell you it's a cop. No, that's not how it works.
They're always going to say they're not the cops or they're not the feds.
Yeah, I was about to say, please don't believe in that jailhouse law. That jailhouse law degrees on how your ass.
Oh, that's Hollywood. That's Hollywood, man. Everything like, yo, are you the cops? No, I'm not a cop, yo.
I guess that is Hollywood.
I'm not a cop. I'm FBI. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a cop. I'm CIA. You know what I'm saying?
Law enforcement.
I'm not a cop. I'm a detective. So you always get that. Yeah, that's true. So
there's always a workaround.
Yeah.
So. Moving on to the next scene. Now we're back at Jen at the office, and where she's talking to her boss. And at this particular point, he's telling her that he can't have this SheHulk be the face of the superhero law division in the middle of a lawsuit. So he needs this taken care of. And in the middle of that need to be taken care of, he's like, look, I'm going to put Amelia on this case, which is kind of the person in the office that she's not. They seem to have some issues back and forth. Basically, Amelia states that I don't know why he didn't trademark this. But anyway, out of all of that, you still need some new clothes, point blank, period, because you cannot be walking up in the courtroom with this crazy ass gear. Lo and behold, Nikki is around the corner, pops in, it's like, look, I got you. I got a meeting with the guy. So long story short, basically Nikki takes her to meet the guy that makes the superhuman suits. And when I finally meet this guy, the first thing I thought of was The Incredibles. Like he reminds me of Edna Mode from The Incredibles that made all the gear for all the super suits.
Yeah. And
basically he decides that he's going to make the clothes for She-Hulk. So what are you guys' whole thoughts about this scene of them finally meeting the guy and he, making the clothes for Jen Walters? Phenom, what you think?
Yo, I don't know, man. I got a soft spot for sassy gay men who talk shit to people, yo. Like for me, I don't know why I think that they make so good comedians on it. Like, they're arrogant, basically calling you dumb, calling you ugly, calling us something. I don't know why I think that's so hilarious, yo. I think the guy who they cast was really funny. I thought that whole conversation was funny.
Like I seen him in other stuff. I'm trying to remember where I seen him at.
He was in The Flight Attendant.
That's what he is. He's the friend. He's the friend with girl from Big Bang. Yeah, that's her friend. That's what I know. Yeah, I was like, I seen him recently.
Yeah, and he was just as sassy on that.
He was. Yeah.
Oh, he's a star, yo. Like he had me rolling, yo.
That was a good pull, Cola, because I thought I saw him before too, but I couldn't put my finger on it.
Yeah.
I couldn't place it until you just asked. Like I was thinking the same thing when I saw it. Like, I know him. Where do I know him from? And then when you asked, I was like, Flight Attendant. Got it.
Yeah. I love that show on the low.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
I watched it too. It was really
a great ass show.
Yeah, it was pretty good. They
That's
have
on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Yeah, season 2 just came out. But back on She-Hulk, Ollie, what are your whole thoughts of this scene with her meeting the guy that's going to fix her some clothes? Edna Mode, I guess we could call him too.
I mean, I liked it all, man. Like even like to jump back a little bit when she was talking to her boss, again, this is where I'm like, maybe it's. I know she's a good actress. Maybe she's just not a comedic actress, because even her boss not saying like 2 words outshined her to me. Like,
it's funny.
When he was just like, he's like, I'm not listening. Basically, I'm not listening.
He was like, I don't care about any of that.
I don't care about it. I was like, why is he more funny than you saying 2 lines than you in here half the show? But yeah. So between that and them meeting the guy, I mean, everything was cool.
Yeah,
It's
what was his
definitely
name in the show?
played.
I could never figure out his name.
His-
in the
his
show.
name-
His name was Luke Jacobson.
Luke
Yeah.
Jacobson.
I don't think they said it in the show. I'm not even sure
I
if they
don't.
said it
Yeah, I
in the
don't
show.
remember them saying
But
it.
yeah, I know
it was just always
definitely-
the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how they do like the ring footage, you know, that's like all the shit, all the wave on the internets, the funny shit you catch on your ring joint. But yeah, that's basically how it is. So you know, as far as like them dancing and shit, he was like, I can see you.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
was
That's
funny.
all right. Yeah, but no, I enjoyed it though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Same
like
here.
you know what
I
I'm
enjoyed it.
saying, yo, you cannot be a sassy gay black man.
He's funny as hell.
They will throw shade at you
Yeah,
all
like when
day
you-
because he was
when
throwing
you-
some shade.
It's overcast the whole episode.
Yeah.
Right.
When you said Edna Mode or whatever, that's exactly what I was thinking of. Just from the intercom portion, he was like, "No,"
Yes.
like as soon as
Yeah.
you, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
yeah, that had me dying.
Yeah.
That's so
Now.
true.
And it
Yeah.
just like stayed consistent. Like I expected to see Edna Mode
Mhm.
when they actually opened the door, and I was like, "Oh, it's this guy."
Yeah.
I mean that's what sets it off. I mean, even like the dismissal of the whole situation
Yes.
until SheHulk hulks
Transforms.
out, transforms.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I got something to work with. This is a challenge right here." So
Yeah.
I like that, yo.
Yeah, because he was into it because he said that she was part of the Avengers, and then she tried to change up like, yeah, she's going to be a part of the Avengers. I thought you said she was part of the Avengers because
Right.
he ain't want no parts of it because he thought she
Yeah.
wasn't. But as soon as she transformed from Jen back to She-Hulk and then She-Hulk back to Jane, he was like, oh snap, okay, let me work with this and come up with something. And then he's
Yeah.
like, I'm going to need some of whatever that stretchy material is. So
Some stretchable wool.
So stretchable,
Yeah.
right? But
Lot
what
of
killed
it.
me is
Stretchable
that,
wool.
right? No such
Hilarious,
thing.
yeah.
But what killed me was like when he was like, "Is she really related to the Hulk?" And I'm like, "Look at her, like,
Yeah, for real.
like,
Yeah.
come on, bro, like,
Blood
how is
he
that not
did.
believable to you? Like,
he was
blood
like blood.
related? She's green. Is that not enough?"
Yeah, for real.
You know, when he said that like blood, that I laughed so hard because black folks always quick to call somebody their cousin.
Oh,
And they
yeah,
really
yeah.
their cousin.
Yeah, and they're
Yeah.
not really cousins. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like, you know, they cousins. He's like blood.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Like
Yeah,
a
you
blood
gotta
cousin
say
or
that,
play
yo.
cousin.
Yeah,
Like,
play cousin.
There's a difference.
Yeah, we definitely
Yeah,
got some
so-
play cousins. Everybody
yeah.
got some play cousins out there.
So that's what I thought of when he said that. I was like, oh, that's just fucking hilarious right there.
Yeah.
So anyway, after that, we go back to Jen. So Jen is at the office again, and then she sees one of the creepy guys that she went on a date with at the law office talking to a new lawyer, Amelia. She's like, oh God, this is just not going to go well. Kind of surprised that he's even there. Then eventually Jen and Nikki go outside and have a short conversation about the dude. And that's when Nikki is basically saying, how in the world did you even go on a date with that guy? But that's when Jen starts realizing that she created the She-Hulk profile, and it hits her that by her creating this She-Hulk dating profile, she now has the tools to go against this lawsuit. And unfortunately, she's going to have to get all the men to go in the courtroom to corroborate this story. So I'm going to move on from that. So basically show up in the courtroom. Her lawyer, Amelia, shows the courtroom her dating profile, talks about it, and then has all the men come on stage to take the stand and talk about the situation with She-Hulk. Eventually, the court does file the lawsuit in favor of She-Hulk. And then at that moment, Titania can no longer use the name and must remove all products and recall all the products, and She-Hulk is able to continue on with her moniker, and Titania can no longer take it anymore. That's pretty much the sum of that. You guys jump in. Somebody tell me, what do they hold thoughts of this situation? Out of you first.
No, I'm good. Go ahead, Cole. She was about to talk. She was about to talk till you said that.
Oh, my bad. Okay, Alex.
That's okay.
I'm sorry, Cola. Sorry.
That's okay, just mansplaining, but the parade of men that was going through there, one douchebag after the other. I was just over
Yeah.
here like, man, like you must really want this, you know what I'm saying, in order to just basically be trashed,
Yeah, on the
in
record.
front of all your peers, and in front of a court of law. Now you have this on record. You know what I'm
he
saying?
says on the
It's
record.
not just like it happened, like it's on record, it's on file,
Mhm. Yeah.
That part blew me. And like even the guy that she slept with that only liked her because she was,
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk.
Yeah.
They was like, yeah, well, would you like her if she was Jennifer Walters? He was like, yeah, no, she's not my type. I'm like, who were you dating before, bruh? Because
I know. Because there's really nothing wrong with Jen. Honestly.
Strong.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She's quirky.
Yeah, she's quirky and she's
He
short.
definitely-
And like he must like some brolic chicks. That's all.
Yeah. And he hit it with the classic, yo. I don't want to hurt her feelings. Like, no disrespect, but hell to the no. No. But hell to the no. I ain't dating her. I was like, damn.
No, it was one part, Corey. Like we'll circle back a little bit because she went to court twice. The first one, when she was in there, Titania was saying, "Y'all, she didn't even want the name, yo," and they played all those clips of her not living up to the SheHulk name or accepting it. And then there was one clip she said, "Well, everybody kept calling me, so I guess I am." But the judge was like, "Nah, we need some more time." So that's when they had the conversation and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Parading all the people in there to kind of trash her. It was genius, but I felt bad for her because she felt bad too. Yeah. But what I didn't like though, the dude that clapped the cheeks, and then after she kind of winked down like "thank you," I'm like, "Oh, he just literally shitted on you, and you thinking this dude?" Nah, I thought that was like she's a weak character anyway because like when she's Jennifer Walters, because earlier on in the episode she took the picture with the shorty and Titania, like she acquiesced to that situation and then she acquiesced to the situation. That's why I would be Hulk all day, yo, because I wouldn't want to be a weak character like she's been. So
I mean, I think that's just part of her character on the show, though, to try to make her funny. She's supposed to be like the awkward. Not. I mean, she's like the awkward white girl.
But on that note, has there been any parts she's been funny in so far that you like, oh, this is funny?
Nah.
I mean, not really. Like, I think Madison had me dying the whole time. Wong's been great. Her side characters, I mean, Nikki and Pug have been great. The supporting cast she has, to me, is more funny, naturally funnier than Jen Walters. I
hate to say. I mean, I just think it's bad casting. I mean, it's not like she's a bad actress. Like, I mean, we already talked about it before. Like, Orphan Black and all that. Yeah. Like, I mean, it's not like I seen her in good stuff where she did good. I just think it's a bad.
I feel like it's bad casting. I feel like it's a script. Yeah, because I just started watching Orphan Black too, and she played like a million freaking characters. And that one Russian chick was funny. You know what I'm saying? Like she was funny. So I'm like, I feel like it's the script for her part,
Yeah,
I see that. I want to give my feedback on that. I think she is funny. Because there are moments where she'll talk to the camera and I'm like, okay, that's funny. That was a good line. I think she delivered that well. But I think some of it is because she has to play a CGI character. Sometimes when she has to deliver those lines, we can't get the full effect of what it would be because it's CGI. They got the dots on her face, but some of that just doesn't convey as well. But when she's not Jen Walters, when she's just regular Jen Walters, that's when I'm like, she's funny, but she's not as funny as everybody else naturally. So I don't think she's bad, but I don't think she's as good as she could be. That's
yeah, you reaching, buddy.
I
mean, you came before Jen Walters, yo.
Yeah, I can't do that with you, buddy. Graphics shouldn't have anything to do with the delivery.
Yeah, good point. I can't
argue
with that. But I mean, I agree with you guys. I don't think
that's like saying Donkey and Shrek can't be funny. There's no motherfucker ain't even on the screen. He just reading like you know what I mean? Like,
good point.
Come on,
true.
Like
that's true. Antonio Banderas killed it as Puss in Boots. I thought that was funny. He was funny as hell. You're right. You're right.
I mean, Iron Man, Spider-Man. Spider-Man especially, you never see his face.
You never see his face.
What I'm saying? So.
True. Yeah.
So I'll say with Cole, I mean, the writing isn't super strong for her, but that's why they probably just needed somebody who was just more naturally funny, who could just carry some bad writing, maybe just throw a little improv or something in there. You know what I mean? Just so you don't have to be over the top, but she just ain't, I don't know, she's just not it for me.
Yeah, she's not hitting it for me.
Sometimes it's the comedic timing, and she probably just she hasn't gotten that yet. And it might get better for her, and she may never have it. Some people naturally have it, like Chris Hemsworth. has natural comedic timing. Nobody would ever know that if you didn't watch Thor Ragnarok. He just got it. He just got natural comedic timing. So
right.
yeah,
Robert Downey Jr. definitely has it. You know
exactly.
what I'm saying? So
yeah, absolutely. Just they're spot on, and they know when to do a little and do a lot right when it's needed. Yeah,
exactly.
So yeah, good point. Good point. Anything else about the courtroom case? I mean, yeah, I think I thought it was really good that they used that. I mean, it was a way of, I don't even want to say demoralizing her or as a dating person, but she won the case. And even after they win the case, you know, her and her, go ahead, Ali, like you want to say something?
Oh no, my bad. I got this fan on me, man. That's it.
Oh, so
I guess I probably
hot flashes over there.
So she basically wins the case, but it was a way that she had to kind of demoralize herself to even win that case. And in so much of, but she, you know, there's a situation that even happens where she goes out for drinks with Amelia, and Amelia even says it like, yo, you're willing to do anything to win a case. Like, honestly, I don't think I could have ever done that and put myself out there in that public display to show how shitty I am as it comes to dates and all the garbage guys I pick, because she actually does tell something to her. She's like, look, Jen, you're a good person. You pick some shitty guys. You could do a lot better. Even if the guy is gorgeous, there's still someone out better there for you. And I did like that, because that's a way of, even though she's talking to Jen, she's really talking to a lot of us out there, you know. So I do like a lot of those concepts that they do put in this show of like real stuff. But
they should have that guy from that movie, that one with the long title or whatever. The guy goes around
Message.
Yeah.
She said the long title.
Don't be
come
a
on,
menace by drinking juice in the hood.
come on, don't make us come take your card.
But no, it just takes so long to say that.
We just call it "Don't be a menace." That's it.
Yeah.
Everybody know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I thought that part, well, even earlier on in the episode when she ain't really want to take the case, she took it pro bono to help her out. But she's like, yo, what's up with your clothes, yo? Like, I mean, like the way you look is not appealing. So she was giving her gems in the interaction she had. But, you know, I think Jim Walters was looking for a friend, and I don't know if Shorty's ready to be a friend or not yet.
No,
but
I think she made it clear we ain't friends.
Yeah.
When Shorty, she's so much. She's like, yeah, we're friends. We friends. We ain't friends. She was like, peace. I'm out. Like, you know what I mean? We good on that. Like, you definitely not good enough to hang at the cool kids table.
And to bring up the situation, she said with the clothes, going to the next scene, right when she's like, yo, we ain't friends, but she took the drinks, like, yo, cheers. She dips out, and that's when Jen is like, oh, snap, yeah, I forgot about the clothes. So that's when, after the court case, of course, like I said, Jen and Amelia have the drinks. Jen then goes to get her new clothes. She meets up with the guy. The guy got some new wardrobe of clothes for her. She starts trying on her clothes. She really likes it. And right when she's able to try on some clothes, he looks over to the left and is like, oh my God, you just can't keep this confidential stuff out like that. And he winds up picking up this box and putting it over. And lo and behold, you see the guy is making an outfit for another superhero. You see the mask of Daredevil. And that's pretty much for that episode to come
out. Boy, I cannot wait, yo.
What are y'all thoughts about this?
Well, I mean, I was super excited to see the helmet. I was just like, oh,
yeah.
I was hoping it was what I thought it was, you know. But you know, just again, the guy being super sassy, because as soon as she walks in, he didn't even talk to her. He was just like, you know, goes against the clothes, lines it up, like, just try it on.
That's how he was.
Don't ask questions, go try my shit on, yo. I spent all this time doing it for you, yo.
I loved it. Phenom, what's your thoughts?
Yo, man, I look, I ain't gonna front. I was a little sassy when I seen that Daredevil helmet, yo. I was like, yes, I cannot wait. No, I'm telling you, Daredevil is the best Marvel shit ever, yo. It's better than Loki. It's better than every Marvel show, and I'll argue to my grave on that, yo. Daredevil, like, it was like 3 seasons or 2 seasons, whatever. How many seasons? It might have been 3 seasons.
3 seasons.
But you name a better Marvel show. I ain't talking about movie. I'm talking about show that they put out.
It's a great show.
I won't say better, but I like Punisher. I like Punisher too.
Punisher was good.
I like Daredevil better than Punisher.
But I would.
Yeah, that's what I said. I
won't
say it's better.
Yeah. I can't wait, man.
I think the reason why Daredevil was so good is because they took their time with it. It was 3 episodes, and it wasn't 6 episodes.
3 seasons.
You know, it was 3 seasons. So you got to grow with the character of Matt Murdock and you understood all of this stuff that he was dealing with. That's what made that episode so good. And I heard that this Daredevil series that they're coming out is going to be anywhere from 18 to 22 episodes. So they're putting all the eggs right in this and going through the same formula and format they did with Netflix. So it's not going to be a 6 episodes, and now it's going to be like 18 to 22 episodes.
As they should. Yo, Daredevil, the best fight scene is the hallway scene. He's beating up everybody in that little ass hallway, yo.
Yes.
That's the tenor of the whole episode, man. Know what I'm saying? Of the whole seasons. So.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, yo. Especially to two haters of this series over there, they loving this Daredevil. I got a feeling y'all might be disappointed, yo, because there'll probably be some action. Yeah, there'll probably be some action, but this ain't Daredevil. Like, it might be a little.
Yeah, no, we noticed this ain't Daredevil. Like we know.
So I mean, his cameo may not
very
be
evident.
Yeah, I mean, this will be end up being like Mike Tyson in The Hangover. Like you think I'm about to see Mike fuck some shit up? I mean, not even just a quick cameo. I mean, you be like, yo, I'm about to see Mike fuck somebody up. No, so Mike don't come out there singing like a One Night in Bangkok or some shit. Like, listen. All I'm just saying is, you might want to calm down your expectations.
I don't care about Daredevil showing up in here, yo. She can come in, he can come in, and they can talk like legalese and all that. Let's get this series over with. Let's get to Daredevil, yo. Let's get to the new season, yo.
What if that clip that we have seen in all the trailers is the last clip of the series? What if that's the last clip? Like we don't really see.
It could be.
It really could be.
Were they sitting on like a bench or something?
No. There's a clip in the trailer where all of a sudden he shows up on like a balcony or roof or something.
Yeah, a rooftop.
You see his outfit. That really could be the end of this series.
Yeah, that's why. Really. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if that is.
It wouldn't surprise me either, but I don't care. As long as I get to see him and know it's coming, I'm good.
I don't really expect to see him on this one. You know, but like we're seeing like little clips from these different movies and shows or whatever, but you know, I don't actually expect to see a full like Matt Murdock or Daredevil in this at all.
Yeah, and I was gonna say on that rooftop, there's fighting. She had on like her SheHulk uniform.
She had a SheHulk uniform.
So when she was trying on the clothes, he was like, "Yo, I made this too." She was like, "I won't need this." He was like, "Yo, just in whatever, I made it extra, just in case." I'm sure that's what that was, like her superhero uniform.
Because it wasn't even a suit; it was in a zipped up bag. So of course it wasn't revealed to us what it was, but we know what it was. It's the
SheHulk outfit.
Yeah, it's a SheHulk outfit that she's going to put on. You know, I got excited. I got amped when I saw it. My wife actually ran the room like, what the hell is going on? And I can't tell her. I just saw Daredevil's helmet. You know, I can't say that.
She was like, did you see Daredevil? Like, I know. She was like, did you see Daredevil? No. I saw his helmet.
I saw the helmet.
And it wasn't even red. It was like...
It was like this gold, yellow, you know, which, you know, so I was excited to see it. And because I was like, oh gosh, I think we will see him as Matt Murdock first,
right? Yeah.
Before we see him as Daredevil. That's what I really think. I think we're going to see Matt Murdock in one of these episodes where she's going to have something with Matt Murdock, but we're just not going to see Daredevil probably till the very end. I think that's what I have a feeling. I actually thought that Matt Murdock was going to be representing Titania, but he wasn't. So I got that wrong. But I think what Marvel is doing is, which they've done a very good job. They're laying Easter eggs and the groundwork for Daredevil to come, so that people are excited about seeing it when it finally drops with its 18 to 22 episodes. So I'm excited about it.
They're doing a good job.
Yo, Marvel's really doing a good job. Like I thought I was gonna be out the cinematic universe. Like I thought I was gonna get too stale. Dog, when I seen the roster of stuff coming up now.
Yeah.
And the trailers I've been seeing was a
D23.
D23 came out. Yes. And I saw all the stuff coming.
Now, this is a little off subject because we're going to this is a little off subject. Did any of you guys see the Secret Invasion trailer with Samuel L. Jackson?
I did.
No.
Wow.
That's a little crazy.
That right there, it looks like it's going to be Winter Soldier, all it's like okay, do y'all remember not Falcon Winter Soldier? Do y'all remember Captain America Winter Soldier where Samuel L. Jackson was in that one scene in the truck and all them folks was coming after him and all that stuff?
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to be that, like
Yeah.
over 6, 7, 8, 9 episodes. It looks like it's going to be fire, yo.
Yeah.
But well, I mean, I don't know how far off subject we can get. I think the TV shows are gonna be pretty strong coming up. I don't know about these movies though. After Black Panther, I don't know, man. These movies looking a little shaky, baby.
Well, I can see that too. But the thing is, I'm lowering my expectations for Black Panther too because I don't want to get so high that it's trash. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think so. Yeah, I'm excited about Black Panther.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Mhm.
if people have seen my reaction on the channel, go check that out. But yes, I'm going in there with reasonable expectations. For one, I know they were filming it during COVID, and I know they no longer have Chadwick Boseman. So I'm going in there with reasonable expectations to expect the best, and maybe so if it's not great, I'm not going to be totally upset. But I think they'll do a good job.
Yeah, maybe I got high expectations for that. Kruger, he ain't let me down yet, so I'm going there high. But everything else after that, all these movies, I'm like, I don't know, baby.
You make a good point because I think they're putting so much into the TV series that the movies are starting to become secondary to the TV series. Normally it's the other way around. The TV series are kind of links in between the big major movies, and it's almost like the TV series are the big parts and the movies are the links in between. Yeah. So it's a different way of doing it, but I don't mind.
Yeah, I think they would prefer to be the movies big time, but I mean, I'm trying to think who's the big star left in Marvel. Like, that's a star. I mean, I guess Chris. Thor. I mean, your boy.
We still have Thor.
We still got the Guardians of the Galaxy with Chris Pratt.
But I mean, like they're not the strongest.
But this ain't no Robert Downey Jr. type of deal.
But if you really think about it, Marvel has never picked a huge star. Robert Downey Jr. became the guy because of Iron Man, because his career was on the downturn.
I mean, you can say that, but I'm going to disagree with you on that. I mean, it won't like.
Well, look, I've always liked Robert Downey Jr.
I mean, it won't like Sherlock Holmes, and then one was still making $100 million. Like, he was still making big budget movies, brother. Like,
what movie? Movie?
Sherlock Holmes. Them shits
Sherlock
was great.
Holmes. All three of them.
He was not making Marvel money with Sherlock Holmes, dog.
I was talking about the movies themselves were grossing like. Like he was in big movies, brother.
Sherlock Holmes is a great movie. I watched all of them.
No, I mean not just great movies. They were big movies. They were like big budget movies. That's why it's a trilogy of them. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're good movies.
So he was a star. That's what I'm telling you. You said he wasn't a big star. No, he was a big star. He was a big star.
Let's go back. When was Sherlock Holmes made? Was it made after Iron Man?
I think it was.
Correct. That's my point.
Yeah, because Iron Man actually brought him back into the circle because he was out
of the picture. And the reason why I know he was out of the picture because Jon Favreau had to fight the company to get him to be Iron Man because they didn't want him because he was such on a downturn with his career. And Jon Favreau was like, this is Tony Stark. He's the guy I need. Even after the screen test went perfect, they were like, I don't know. He's kind of shaky. Jon Favreau's like, I'm not good if I don't have him.
You right then. You got that one. But I'm just gonna say this new crop.
But you make a good point.
And none of them perfect.
But look, everybody else other than Robert Downey Jr. Chris Hemsworth wasn't a huge star. Let's go. Bruce Banner. Mark Ruffalo is not a huge star. We know who Mark Ruffalo is. He's been in great movies, but he's not a huge star. Chris Evans was not a huge star. None of them were huge stars.
I mean, but nobody cares about the Hulk except for just being the Hulk. Like, that's why I do.
Right.
Robert
what
Ruffalo
I'm saying is that out of the Avengers, none of them were huge stars. None of them were A actors. So I'm making the point to say, like, none of the list of current people we have are A actors, but they will grow to be huge stars as we continue along with this series. Like,
I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna give a little pushback.
But I know
you
don't like magic.
No, I mean, not even that. Just to be like Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson and Chris Hemsworth and motherfucking Jeremy Renner. Like, to be like they won't like known names like
Not that
stars.
there were no names, but they weren't A-list.
They
And
weren't
like, but now they
A-listers.
are
But-
because of the Avengers.
But
Yes.
who?
Now
And,
they're
and,
A-list.
and in this phase, well, let's look at this phase that's coming up. Who's the biggest names in this phase? It's no real big. If you take out, I guess you can say Spider-Man. I mean, besides Spider-Man, like these people aren't even like. Okay, they may not have been super A-list, but these folks ain't even like that level.
They're not even D-list.
Yeah, they're not even that level.
They coming in fresh.
And to me,
But I mean, again, but if you think
it's-
about it,
oh,
so
go ahead.
did Spider-Man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Tom
Tom
Holland
Holland
came in
you know,
fresh.
like we didn't know who he was. He was a
Yeah.
nobody.
Yeah.
Now
I
he's
know.
Spider-Man,
Chris
and now he's in
Hemsworth.
everything.
I didn't know Chris Hemsworth either. You know,
No, I seen Chris.
I've seen him in things, but he
Yeah.
wasn't A-list.
oh, I
you
saw his
know?
brother.
But yeah, I give you that. I mean, but I'm just saying they were like decent people. Like these folks is fresh, and the only one that's hit is Spider-Man. Like to me, the rest of them, like, I mean, they're not like bad, but there's no like stars coming out of them. Like
I
to
mean, but
me,
you don't know that yet. You don't know that yet. Because I mean, again, with Tom Holland, you know, like again, he wasn't known beforehand, you know, and he comes
Correct.
out there and now everybody wants Tom Holland for everything. Like he's played in
Yeah.
like what 3 or 4 major movies already,
Yeah.
aside
yeah.
from whatever's in the Marvel universe, you know.
Right.
So you can't say that yet because these movies just happened. I mean, these shows just happened this year, you know.
Right.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Give
We
them
will
time.
see.
Gotta give him time.
Nah. I see. I'm like, yo, that's a star. Like, I watch these shows, I watch these movies. I mean, the shows are decent, you know what I mean? But I'm talking about as far as like movies, like they're just living off the Marvel name now. It's like, ain't no real star power out there. At least to
Well,
me.
we'll see. I think
We'll
we
see.
do. I think we do. You know, honestly, the main star we probably would have had, which is probably would have put their back on being the new Avengers, would have probably been Chadwick Boseman. He would have been the star.
Yeah, I mean that's
Probably
I
would have
think
put the-
they would have been
back
carrying
on.
it off the
But
Black
I
Panther.
think that's why that hurt so bad with Marvel losing Chadwick Boseman, because Black Panther plays such a pivotal part in all of the Marvel universes. Like he was a part of the Illuminati. He was one of the founders of the Illuminati. We don't have him anymore. So yeah. But anyway, I think it's going to be great. So far with this series, I'm going to give my vote. I give this series a solid 8 so far. I think it's really hit a sweet spot. I really enjoy it. We're going to go around the horn. I'm going to start with Phoenix, then go to Cola, and then Ollie. Phoenix, what's your vote on this?
So far they started studying, yo. So they grades start coming up, yo. I've been staying for tutoring sessions and all that stuff. So I'll say it's about a 7 out of 10, yo. I actually am enjoying it more than I thought I would because it was really shaky at the beginning. Like I was almost out. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's starting to hit a stride, hit a sweet spot, like Ollie said earlier.
Come on back, brother. Come on.
I know I'm not influenced, but I've been influenced, yo. I'm sorry, yo.
All right. Cola, what is your verdict on this episode?
I got 5 on it.
There you go.
Oh damn.
I'm sorry. I can't get into, you know what it is? I don't see a point. I don't see a point there. You know, with every other series, there's a point. There's a problem that they're trying to solve. You know, there's a villain, a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like there's an issue somewhere, and it gets solved throughout the series. Whereas this, it's like, you know, her problem is she's SheHulk. Okay. Okay.
I can definitely see that.
Like, that's the whole problem.
It's not like WandaVision where they had all them dumbass episodes at the beginning. Then obviously we find out she had a problem.
Right,
like that type of
exactly.
shit.
You know, like she's grieving and she created this world, you know. Falcon and Winter Soldier or whatever, you know, they have to battle, you know, this group, and they have to battle, you know, the fake Captain America. You know what I'm saying? Like with everything there's with everything there's a problem, there's a villain, there's something to solve. With her, it's her being her. Like she's battling herself basically in like her life. I don't care.
Yeah.
So I give it a
point. I mean, I'll tell you why you feel that way.
Man.
But go ahead, Ollie.
Nah, I was just gonna say I just think because I've heard other people say that. I just think y'all looking into this too much, yo. In the words of Corey, this is just a sitcom, whatever. Like it's no. I mean, I don't think they made this show.
Kane, really,
I'm just saying it's like a sitcom. I don't think they really made this the show, I mean, yeah, it has some interminglings with other parts of the universe, but it wasn't. I don't think this was like some great hub or whatever. I mean, you know what I mean? Like to be setting her up for some craziness or what have you. I just think it's a sitcom, yo. Like Martin and Seinfeld, they didn't have no great villains. Like it was just you watch 30 minutes, you laugh, move on. Like that's the way I look at it. It's like boom, I watch it 30 minutes, I laugh a little. All right, where's the next 30 minutes at?
Yeah, you guys are making very good points, and the show is very parallel to her story run in the comics because She-Hulk in the comics was never created like all the other superheroes, where they had a story of developing who the character was, who their villain was going to be, their motivation, the hero's journey, so to speak. All of Stan Lee characters were created because of that. So that's why everybody seems like that except She-Hulk. The reason why Stan Lee created She-Hulk was because the Incredible Hulk TV show came out in like 78 or 79. And once that TV show came out, it was such a huge hit that Stan Lee heard that NBC was going to do a spin-off She-Hulk series because of that Incredible Hulk series. And he was like, oh, heck no. Y'all are not going to do a She-Hulk series because of my creation. So he quickly created She-Hulk just so that he could get it on the books before the network did. That was the only reason why She-Hulk was created. And in the comics, it is no reason she's She-Hulk. She simply became She-Hulk because she was going to get killed for a murder of a hit, and Bruce had to give her a blood transfusion to save her life. That's it. From
so
that
she
point,
has no purpose. Is basically
there was
what
never
you're
a
telling me.
purpose in the comics, so that's why there's no purpose in this series, because it was never created
shows.
for a
You're
purpose.
right.
And pretty much from that point through the comics, she's just been this. She's always been funny. She's always been campy. She's never really wanted to be a superhero, but she eventually teams up with the Fantastic Four because the Thing is gone. And that's really her run. She's the She-Hulk attorney. She helps out villains. She teams up with the Fantastic Four from time to time. And that's really it. She's got a couple of villains here and there, but she's always been like a side character teaming up with somebody. She's never been a main character they were created like all the others. So you make a very good point, Cole, on why you feel that, because in the comics, that's kind of how it was.
And
See, and that's why she
gets
doesn't
her
have
own
main
show.
character energy. That right
Yeah.
there. You know?
No, that's true. Ollie brought it up too. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? He enjoyed the side character more than the She-Hulk.
Yeah.
He's
But
right.
yeah, they tapped her to have a 6 to 9 episodes, whatever episodes she's supposed to have. You know what I'm saying?
10,
So,
isn't it? 10.
could be
I
10.
think 10, yeah. But I mean, I liked She-Hulk in the comics, but that part of there's no purpose. Yes, she doesn't have a hero's journey is really what it is. She has no hero's journey because she never
So-
had one in the comics.
But so then riddle me this, like, why does she have 10 episodes where the places where they needed 10 episodes, they rushed 6 to 8 episodes? Like that, it makes no sense whatsoever. You have a character that has no purpose, literally. And
I think the
you're giving
reason
her
why they have 10 episodes is because it's a sitcom. It's an episodic short nugget bite. So giving her 10 episodes to me makes sense, and I like it. Just because she doesn't have a purpose doesn't mean she's garbage. She just doesn't have all that hero's journey behind her. But other than that, I can still enjoy her character and follow her and enjoy her. At least for me.
I think with it just being 30 minutes, that's why she got, you know what I'm saying, a full 10, like a season. Because they're 30 minutes, they go by quick.
Yeah, they go by quick.
And I mean, like Seinfeld, what's Seinfeld? What's the tagline?
The show about
Seinfeld?
nothing.
Exactly, yo. So
Yeah,
as
but
long as
you
it's
know
funny,
that-
as long as it's funny, I'm good.
Shows about nothing. I guess that's my whole thing. Is like, this is supposed to be a superhero, show or whatever. So I expect superhero shit. So when-
I ain't mad at that.
when
I
I'm
said
getting
the
like
same
this-
thing, yo. I need
this
more action,
basic
yo.
shit.
Right.
Right.
Corey, it's comedy. You
It's
don't have
comedy, yo.
action.
It's a sitcom.
No, it's
I mean-
Marvel,
But
yo.
it's
Marvel fight
Marvel.
people, yo.
Right.
But see, I
You know,
think
Everybody
like,
fight
if I-
Marvel.
Right.
But
If
see-
I wanted comedy, I'll watch Martin and Living Single. Like I'll watch those things because I know that's what that is. But this is classified as basically an action joint. It's Marvel. That's what I expect.
See, I think I just what's the word? Realigned my expectations on
Your
it.
expectations.
I redid that like after like the second episode. I was like, all right, this isn't like I mean, like it's a superhero show, but it's not really a superhero show. It's
I got you. Yeah, you're right.
it's a workplace comedy.
Yeah,
That's
it's
just the way I
exactly
was
like that. Back in the 80s, we all had shows that we loved. There was those 1 hour dramas like Dallas and Knots Landing and Falcon Crest and all that, all the crap. And then we had that Friday night stuff that was like the 10 of Us and Family
TGI.
Matters and
TGI Friday.
TGI Fridays. You know,
he said the 10 of us.
I couldn't think of TGI Fridays.
Oh, it was a TV show with 10 kids and all.
Yeah,
10
but
Yeah,
TGI
yeah, it's a show,
Fridays
yeah.
with Family Matters and all that other stuff. So you go into those shows knowing exactly what you're getting. So you're not expecting a serious show. You know, like I wasn't watching Silver Spoons because I was expecting it to be serious. I expected Michael J. Fox to be Michael J. Fox, you know, make me laugh and stuff like that. You know, every now and then they might have had a serious subject matter, but it was still lighthearted, you know? So now when I'm watching Dallas, I'm expecting somebody to get mad and kill JR, but I'm not expecting that with this. I'm going into this thinking it's a sitcom. It's funny. I'm supposed to sit back 30 minutes, pop popcorn in my mouth, laugh and enjoy and be out.
Yeah. All right. Good argument.
Anyway.
Good closing argument.
Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for you guys. Thank you so much for joining us on this ride. As I always say, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel. You can catch more reviews and reactions from us. That's my man Hollywood DA on the boards. Funky Finger Productions 1 and 2. That's my man Phenom 202. And as always, the lovely Cola.
Bringing that big auntie energy.
That's right. And we'll be back with another recap as always. Peace.
You can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with
You were
that.
like-
You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you
you
get with
90s. This motherfucker was
Oh, this is the straight 80s, yo.
I know. We're going to have mad people looking at this like, what the fuck is Falcon Crest? That's some cereal?
Yeah, you lost me there. I was just like,
that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, cause this is where it's at.